Revolutionary shining with diamond teeth. Young Don Cartagena, excuse my demeanor. This the glamour life, you still not a player, you ain't half as nice. I'm born again, life after death. I made the sacrifice, I'm super duper fly. Used to keep them hypnotized. I said my name is Juice, America's most. Ain't no half stepping, see you at the crossroads.
Money over on my install. Here lies them getting paid for. Never take a loss on my install. Only take a when I'm dead. I be gang 3 times on my install. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on the install. Too late, you already lived. It was written in the children's story. Their life's a so what you want. Every day I struggle with it. Only got the
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly as they get ready to match up with the New York Giants. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll run. This is Jonathan Stewart. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Lauletta to throw. On the move to his left. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On second down, here's Barkley. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. It's Lauletta off play action. Rolling to his right. And this one is incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Winston, the Eagles now. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Wentz to throw on second down. And he's got the veteran here. It's Mike Wallace. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A first down for the Eagles. Wentz finding the former Raven Wallace. They go play action here on first down. Steps away. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. You know, 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline. Sammy Sideline can protect you at times, and in this case, that's exactly what he did for the defenders.
Once again here on 2nd and 10. He's got it complete to Perkins. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Come on now. Come on now. Let's go. Mike 96. Mike 96. Look done. Look done.
Now it's a Johnny. Looking for a crease. Can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. Fourth down. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And that is no good. He hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and this will remain a scoreless game.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder, and sure enough, they can't convert here.
Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoff.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. So a first quarter fumble in the rain. And this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here. So they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost them.
The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2, but they face a second and long to start things out. Wentz on the bootleg. Flushed out right. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he connects, works. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Now Wentz. And that is caught. It's Aguilar for the Eagle touchdown. Nelson Aguilar with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. Elliott now to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Lauletta again here on 2nd and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Shepard. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A first down carry for Barkley. Oh, good move. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throw left side complete to Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
And you remember pre-draft, there's a lot of speculation that the Giants should look for their future quarterback at number 2 with a great possibility. Remember, Sam Darnold from USC was still on the board, but they passed on him to take this runner, Saquon Barkley. And this is exactly why. They think he can extend the life of Eli Manning's career and give them 1,000-yard seasons year after year.
They haven't had a 1,000-yard season since 2012. Ahmad Bradshaw did it then. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. 1st and 10 at the 19. From the red zone now, Lauletta. And he's got it. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Rhett Ellison, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants have tied it here, and they can take the lead if they hit the PAT. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Now the punter Dixon out to kick it off. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And this is Ertz with it, right side. An Eagle 1st down, Wentz to Ertz.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st is Wentz. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Play action. Now Wentz. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Gain of 9 that time on the scramble. 1 yard shy of the marker, and it brings up 4th. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. It's a sneak. It's Wentz. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Now this time, Wentz will throw. This complete left side to Aguilar. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Come on now. Come on now. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And that is incomplete here.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Come on now.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. Ertz has it left side. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey. 4 down.
Now a play fake. Wentz. Aguilar has it. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Buying time to us, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Throwing now is Wentz. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Kareem Martin. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
All right, here we go.
Lauletta looking to throw on 2nd down. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Detroit!
Lauletta on 1st down. He finds Malcolm Mitchell here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. A final shot before the break for Lauletta. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I believe the Giants got this back, and they will hold on to the possession. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Lucky 56.
The pitch goes to Bartlett. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide, and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. From the gun, here's Lauletta. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Here's Lauletta. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 4th down, Lauletta. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Eagles defense able to hold. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
A dump off to Sproles. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there as they move the chains. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Olivier Vernon in there to bury him for a loss of 11. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he coughed it up. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here.
Gone!
Now Lauletta on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down.
Hey. Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Again, it's Barkley. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up fourth down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit and forced the field goal.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. He got 29 yards that time. Wentz now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Wentz. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Cliff Averill in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Here's Wentz to throw. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where it is right now. He's just locked.
Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not. Did not get back there. It's a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. This is Ajayi, and he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. And credit the tackle to Cliff Averill.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The Eagles on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They fake the give. Now Wentz. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. An Eagle first down there. Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ. Wentz now on first down. Goes underneath for Sproles. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be a second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Completes it to Aguilar. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a first down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
On first down, Wentz. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a second down. On play action, it's Wentz. Out to his left. Open man left side is Wallace, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on first and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Wentz to throw again. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. He'll get it up the middle. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Partner, it's been my experience that after 2 stops like that near the goal line, defense has only become bolder. They don't back off at all. I think they continue to bring pressure and force them to make a really big play against them.
Had the incompletion, then the run for no gain. Let's see now. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Olivier Vernon in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. So a big, big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. This for the lead in the final stages. And the kick by Elliott is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs. just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Detroit!
They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw. Got some real estate inside the 30. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
Pardon, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Down to the 25. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They'll go to Barkley again. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Giants on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. He's back to throw. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Rhett Ellison in the final minute. And the G-men have taken the lead here in the 4th. The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2. Now Lauletta. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go into this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost him.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
He'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that